What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, Motorcycle Moments with K Smooth. Today, I'm just gonna give you a little history on how I became involved in motorcycles. So, in the beginning, my dad, just to give you a little history with him. First, his name was James Cunningham. People called him Doodlebug. And so what happened, my dad he loved motorcycles. And he loved riding with people. And he was always the life of the party. And he just had a daggone good time wherever he went. So riding motorcycles, doing that motorcycle thing, that was cool. I mean, it all came hand in hand. So, as I was growing up and seeing him ride motorcycles, I always wanted to ride on the back of his motorcycle. So, his little brother, which we call him Rick, and some people in the city know him well because he's a badass on a motorcycle. Put him on a GX R1000, you ain't got a chance. Anyway, so we got to the point where we love seeing my dad, his big brother, ride motorcycles. So Rick's father bought him Z50. Bought him a Z50. Man, that was you have to know what a Z50 is. And so his dad bought him at Z50, and later on, a couple of years later, he outgrew that motorcycle, and his father bought him I want to say it was a 80. It was an 80 or a 100. Anyway, so when his dad bought him that 80 or 100, my dad, in turns, asked his dad to let him buy that Z50, and he bought the Z50 for me. So that was my first step in, when I was a kid. I was probably I bet I was at least, maybe 6, 7 years old when I got that motorcycle. It was a Z50. And following in my uncle's footsteps, because he was always a notch on motorcycles ahead of me. So I outgrew that Z50 like my uncle did. So I outgrew that, and my dad surprised me. I was probably 8, 9, and my dad actually bought me for Christmas a XR80, brand spanking new. Man, you're talking about one of the best Christmas I ever had in my life. It was that Christmas. So moving forward, I rode that motorcycle maybe about 5, 6 years. And so I told my dad one day, I said, Dad, man, this motorcycle, it's too small. I mean, I've conquered this XR80. It was a dirt bike. And man, I did wheelies, I jumped anything you can imagine. I jumped it on this motorcycle. And so he told me straight up when he bought me that 80. He said, now this is the last one of the 80. The next motorcycle you'll be buying it on your own. And I was like, well, damn, I thought that was kind of damn selfish at the time, but it's all good. So what really got me into the fever of riding bigger bikes is that he had a 754 Honda. And he pulled up one day and I said, Daddy, let me ride that motorcycle. He already knew I could ride, but he wasn't expecting me to ride his big bike. So we're going from an 80 to a 750. So I rode that 750. He ended up letting me ride it. After maybe 10, 12 times I asked, he ended up letting me ride. There again, he knew I knew how to ride, clutch, gear, I knew it all. So, end up riding that 750, took it down the street. Man, I got into it. I got into it at the age of probably 14 years old. I was about 14 years old. He let me ride it. I went down the street, put my head down. I was gone. I was in it. So, man, you're talking about, hey, I was in heaven then. I'm telling you, you know. So, when I came back, he was mad. He was mad because I went down the street like he did. And I was 14 years old. And there again, same thing he said. Now, I ain't buying you no more motorcycles. And you just going to buy your own. So, yeah, I end up buying my own. I went and bought a, what did I buy? I bought an Interceptor. I went to the police auction, and this bike was known in the neighborhood because there was a couple boys that had the bike, and I ain't calling no names, but this motorcycle ended up in the police van. Well, I went to the police auction and I bought the motorcycle. And I bought that motorcycle, I bet you I bought that motorcycle for like $350 because nobody wanted the motorcycle. Really, they didn't. I mean, I had a couple people bidding on it, but anyway, I ended up buying the motorcycle, and that's another thing. People are slipping on like your impound auctions. You know, look into that because there's all kind of cars and motorcycles at these impounds, and when they're there for so long, they just damn near just give them away. So look into that. Anyway, I bought that. I ended up buying that Interceptor, and really nice bike. It was all white, and I had that bike for a couple years. I wasn't into working on motorcycles then like I am now, so it broke down on me, and it sit for a long time. So at this time, you know, I'm in my early 20s, and I'm working at Kmart, and this guy that was security at Kmart, he was into motorcycles. Long story short, he wanted that motorcycle because he said it was rare. I mean, it was pure white. I mean, it was all white. The wheels on it was white. The whole fairing was white. It was a beautiful bike. So, needless to say, I ended up selling that bike to him. And you know, I got the money, and I ended up at that time I was dating somebody, and you know, I ended up regretting that I sold that bike because that person I found out she liked motorcycles, but that's a whole nother story in itself. So that's part of the history of my my motorcycle life way back when.